Hello, my name is Nasha Snipes, and I am with Maryland University of Integrative Health and Nutrition. I'm grateful to be here with you today to share about supporting one of our greatest assets, our children. I will share how to support our children and the importance of having a colorful diet. This talk is focusing on middle childhood years between the ages of 5 and 10. This age range is called school age, and I'll refer to it for the remainder of the talk today. Now, during the school age years, our children are growing steady. They can gain an average of 7 pounds and grow 2.5 inches per school year. Their muscular strength, motor coordination, and stamina increase. It is important that they have the adequate nutrition to reach their growth, development, and health potential. Today, we will cover some concerns of childhood nutrition, the recommended daily allowances, foods that supply these nutrients, and nutrition zappers. The most basic of concern of childhood nutrition is hunger. When children are hungry, they cannot receive the proper nutrients to support their body. This can lead to malnutrition, which results from either an excess or lack of calories or nutrients. They can get deficiencies of vitamins A, D, zinc, iron, and proteins. And these conditions can result in illnesses, stunted growth, limited development, and in case of vitamin A, possibly permanent blindness. It is important that we strive to feed our children what's needed to support their bodies. First, we're going to take a look at the macronutrients. There are 3 major nutrients for the body to function properly. They are carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. Now, carbohydrates provide the energy for the brain. It supports elimination, and it also assists in maintaining blood glucose levels. During the school age years, both males and females need approximately 130 grams of carbohydrates a day. They also need 45 to 60% of their total calorie intake of carbohydrates. Now, the 45 to 60% is called the AMDR. This is the acceptable macronutrient distribution range. Basically, what this range does is tell us how much is needed to help prevent a chronic illness while still supplying our nutrient levels. Some sources of carbohydrates are grains and vegetables like oats, corn, rice, potatoes, bread, and also natural sugars from fruits and juices. Protein is another macronutrient. Now, protein is broken down into amino acids, and amino acids are the building blocks of the body. They support and actually help construct our cell walls, and they actually provide the functions. They act as enzymes in our body, and they also act as transport carriers, and some of them act as hormones. According to the RDA, females and males during our school age years need about 19 grams a day of protein. And once they hit the ages from 9 to 10, it needs to go up to about 34 grams per day of protein. Protein sources, the best source is meat because you can get all 9 amino acids from your meat source. However, if you are a vegetarian or if you consume a more plant-based diet like myself, you can also get proteins from plants. They are considered incomplete proteins. However, if you have hemp seed and have 2 tablespoons, you can make a complete protein. Also, if you have seitan, and that's basically the gluten, the wheat protein, you mix it with water and create like a broth or a soup. That is complete protein. And soy in the form of tofu. Fat, our last macronutrient, is used for brain development and growth, skin function, energy, and it helps the body absorb vitamins A, D, and E. For fat, we just have our AMDR, and the acceptable macronutrient distribution range for fat is about 25 to 35% of our total calorie intake. Some sources of fats are fatty fish like salmon, shellfish, nuts, seeds, butter, meat, and poultry. Now, sometimes we get confused about fat because we have a lot of mixed reviews. What I do want to point out is what you are looking for is monounsaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat, and the good saturated fats. Coconut oil is actually an excellent fat. And you want to make sure that you get in your omega-3s, and salmon's an excellent way to get that. What you do want to avoid is anything that says trans fat. Now let's look at some of the essential nutrients that our body needs in smaller amounts. And these are called micronutrients. And the three most important micronutrients for school-age children are iron, zinc, and calcium. Iron and zinc are key nutrients for growth, and calcium nourishes the body to achieve peak bone mass. Now, between the ages of 4 and 8, the RDE recommends that girls and boys receive about 10 milligrams a day of iron, 5 milligrams a day of zinc, and 1,000 milligrams a day of calcium. Between the ages 9 and 13, 8 milligrams a day of iron, 8 milligrams a day of zinc, and 1,300 milligrams a day of calcium. Take a minute and think about the foods your child should be eating to obtain these minerals. Okay, for iron, animal protein, especially beef or some type of liver, because it's easier to absorb in the body. However, there is like cooked spinach also. And it is always good to take iron with vitamin C and not with other minerals for maximum absorption. For zinc, you can eat oysters, my personal favorite, or any type of meat, dark chocolate, nuts. And for calcium, of course, dairy. But you can also obtain calcium from tofu, broccoli, kales, collards, or almonds. Now, there was a report done with the collaboration of the United States Department of Agriculture and the United States Department of Health and Human Services called What We Eat in America. Now, this report compared the recommended diet to the actual food intake and found that school-age girls fell short of the RDA's recommendation for calcium with 963 milligrams per day. This is an example of malnutrition. One of the easiest strategies to prevent malnutrition and to support the growing bodies of our school-age kids is to teach them to eat a rainbow of foods every day. Here you will find those nutrients that, while the body only needs a little, they are very powerful. Our green foods provide us with magnesium, iron, calcium, potassium, vitamin K, and folate. Our yellow and orange provide us with beta-carotene, potassium, vitamin C, and vitamin A. Our red foods provide us with lipocene, vitamin C, and quercetin. Blue and purple foods provide us with vitamin C, potassium, and folate. And our white foods provide us with vitamin C and flavonoids. If you look at this graph, you can see how the different color foods support the body. Your green foods support your eyes, cell growth, immune system, and overall balance in the body. And this comes from green apples, avocados, lettuce, broccoli, celery. Our white and brown foods help support our immune system and our bones. These come from bananas, cauliflower, garlic, onions, white peaches. Red foods support our heart and help improve our memory. These are our beets, strawberries, tomatoes, cherries, red pepper, radishes. Our purple and blue foods also support our immune system and our motor skills. You get those from eggplant, blueberries, plums, raisins, blackberries, and purple cabbage. And our yellow and orange foods support our eyes, healthy joints, and they fight off harmful free radicals. So they help protect us when we start to get sick. And these are like our cantaloupes, our carrots, our sweet potatoes, squash, pineapples, and our lemons. Now this is our current dietary standard for children and adults. It is called My Plate. Now we just saw how to incorporate color into our diets. We can use My Plate as a guide to which foods and how much we actually eat within a meal. Remember, malnutrition is the lack or excess of protein and nutrients. In closing, while we have opened our eyes, consciously seeking out colors to fill our meals and our snacks for our school-age kids, I want you to remember to feed your children food and not crap. At the beginning, I mentioned nutritional zappers. That's your carbonated drinks like your soda, pop, refined sugars, artificial foods, your processed foods. See, these foods can cause imbalances and do not support the system of school-age children. Instead, eat more colorful food, fruits and vegetables, if you can, organic or as natural as possible. Use organic protein, omega fatty 3 acids like salmon, and drink your water. Remember to keep your kids hydrated, especially during physical activity. Now, if you would like more information on meal planning or recipes or how to start incorporating new foods into your school-age child's diet, please visit the listed websites. Now, this presentation is for educational purposes only. Please use discretion if your child has a pre-existing condition and consult your physician before making any drastic dietary changes. Thank you for your time.